Hello everyone and welcome to another Scrapbook Layout share with some brand new product that is launching today. This is from the brand new March to April Close to My Heart catalogue, but I do want to mention that this is a catalogue that's going to be the last one from Close to My Heart and available to order from my website until the end of April while stocks last. And then, as you probably already know, Close to My Heart are shutting down their business, and then anything that you'd like to order from Close to My Heart will be done direct through their website. And I did want to share some of my favorite picks from this catalogue. With this paper here, it's the Honey Bunny paper, and it is very spring themed, and it does have a lot of gorgeous bunny rabbits and patterns and things on here. And what I've done with the layouts here, I really have only incorporated Easter as the theme in one of the double page spreads. I have used the pattern papers and the sticker sheet and also these Honey Bunny dots within my scrapbook workshop guide. If you're not familiar with my guides, I do try and write these for each of the collections, and I do plan to continue on doing these type of scrapbook workshop guides in the future, as they are something that I do love to create. I have a list of what is required throughout this scrapbook guide. As I mentioned before, I have used the pattern papers, the stick sheet and the dots. I've also used just one stamp set here, and it's February's stamp of the month. It's a floral element, but you are able to substitute any floral stamp that you have within your collection if you want to replicate this design along this edge. And as well as having everything that's required, I've got tips. I lay out how the zip strips are used. I also have a full cutting guide for all of the papers, both the cardstock and the pattern papers. And then I have detailed instructions on how to put the pages together, along with some close-up photos on this one when it comes to some of the stickers and everything. And I really love the pastels and the color tones in this collection. And if you hang around till after the flip through, I'm going to go through some of the other items in this catalogue, including the other collection that is contained with this called Let's Go Anywhere. And I've started doing a scrapbook workshop guide on that as well. I've started working out the layouts for that. So stay tuned. I'm going to flip through this and tell you what I've bought and what my top picks of what I consider are must-haves within this catalogue. So you can see from layout 1, I've actually got 8 layouts to share with you today. So it's 4 double page spreads, and I'm going to show you what I've got left over at the end of putting these pages together. This plaid, I love the watercolor feel to this and the colors. It's Honey Butter, Glacier and Flamingo. You could use Ballerina as well. That ties in really well with these colors. And cutting the paper on a diagonal is quite easy to do. I do have a little trick for this, and I have shown this before on my YouTube channel. What I do is line up one ruler on one diagonal edge and another ruler on the other diagonal, and then I meet them together. I do this on top of my Versamat so everything's nice and flat, and then I take one ruler away, draw a pencil line, bring this ruler back in again, take this ruler away and draw the rest of the pencil line. And that helps me get a proper diagonal edge for cutting my paper, which I have done for this. So this is one sheet of pattern paper cut in half, but it also helps with drawing a line if I want to do any stamping across the diagonal of a base layer. The stamping that I've done here, as I said before, is with the February stamp of the month, and the width of this is around 2 1/4 inches. So you could use any floral that you have if you wanted to replicate this and look for something about that width, but you could also find a smaller or a larger one and replicate it. If you want to test it out perfectly, you can do that with a scratch piece of paper, or just turn this over. You can do it on the back side of your base page to see how everything's working. I did that, and then I changed it up a little bit because I decided I wanted to extend the flamingo color, and that's mainly because a lot of the flamingo was going to be covered by my photo holders here. I love the stickers with this. I've popped this one up on foam tape, and this is a border sticker strip as well. It's a 12-inch strip, and you might be looking at it and thinking, well, you can't put a 12-inch strip along a diagonal edge from point to point here on a 12 by 12 paper. But if you start with the strip and adhere this bit and then cut a little bit off and do another one here, cut it off and do exactly the same thing on this side. You can stretch the sticker. I've even got it peeking out from under here. You can stretch these stickers to fit across this longer diagonal edge. And another tip I have for when you're doing banner pieces and you're popping them up on foam tape and you want to put separators or little holders in place, and these are the honey bunny dots, I would recommend using a liquid glue as well and just holding that down until it adheres, because sometimes the adhesive doesn't quite adhere when you've popped something up and you're putting them in between the pieces. So let's move on to layout 2. I did mention this in a recent video. I love this floral pattern. The other side of this is a bunny rabbit pattern, but this floral I love, and it's probably got something to do with the cone flowers. I absolutely love them. And because these flowers are non-directional, there's no real right or wrong way to adhere things down. And for these edges, I've just gone along with my finger to sort of distress the edge a little bit and then peel them back. If you want a more distressed look, you can use a distressing tool, or you could use the edge of your scissors while they're closed so you don't cut yourself and run that down the edge of the paper. But I've only done it on 2 of the elements here, and then this one is a zip strip just tucked all underneath this floral element. And this is another one of the gorgeous stickers, and I've done this a couple of times within this collection and used it to top and tail some of the photos here and put them up against the photos to create just a one edge of a mat rather than having full mats around all of my photos. Here's another little banner element. I'll just hold that up here. I've separated that with some of the heart stickers, but these are all popped up on foam tape, and I really love how sweet the banner elements are within this sticker collection. So now we'll move on to layout 3. And this is the one that I've dedicated to Easter. You could spread these Easter patterns out a little bit more on the stickers if you wanted to within your pages for this collection. But I find now when I come to scrapbooking Easter, I don't have as many photos. So I did concentrate just one double page spread in this guide to cover that theme. And if I do end up with more photos, I can put some flip flaps or one of the pocket page memory protectors in here to add some more photos in. Because these are fairly clean designs, there's plenty of space here to add flip flaps to these, and also a Pocket Plus page like this will fit in really well with these sorts of layouts. You can slide photos in here. There are several designs that you can incorporate within a double page spread without extending it to another double page spread or another single layout. The sticker strips in these are so sweet. I've already pointed out a couple, but there's also an Easter egg border, and I'm going to bring this up to the camera a bit so you can see the colouring in these are gorgeous because there's a little white highlight there which gives a rounded look to them, and then there are individual little Easter egg stickers as well that you can incorporate throughout your layouts, and I've used that on this journal box here that's a sticker. So now I'm going to move on to layout 4, and this one is a banner layout. You can see that I have dovetailed all of these pieces here to make them into banners and then layered them over top of each other, and I've continued that theme with these little banner strips here and using a zip strip here to anchor those to the page. And these little tab element stickers here, and there's another one over on this page, they're perfect for adding little details about the photos if you wanted to write the names of who's in the photos or the place where the photo is taken. And you can see I've used a zip strip here to finish off the bottom of these photos as well. And there's a banner element up here, and then I've replicated that down the bottom of this photo. And of course throughout the pages you will have seen that I've got these word strips that I love so much on Scrapbook Layouts. So I'm just going to bring in the pages again just to show you something that I did with one of the word strips. So this one here is actually longer. It's Easter Blessings, but when I was going to put it in, it was too long, so I've just cut that piece off and used Easter as my main word there. And this selection here sort of forms the title. There's no specific title for this page, but with the word strips, the stickers, and the more stickers over here, you know that this is an Easter page. You don't have to have a title as such, but if you wanted to add one in, you could definitely do it across here or even across this element over here. So I'm just going to bring the pages back in. You can see most of the time the titles for my pages are a sticker, and it's the same for this one here. This is my title for this element. So basically the stickers are doing all the work, and it keeps everything within the collection, and I don't have to go looking for additional additional titles until my photos go on the page and if I decide I want to put something else in there. Now, I did promise I was going to bring in what was left over. Let me just move this over to the left here. So the paper packet and the sticker sheet, you can buy the paper packet on its own or you can buy it with a sticker sheet. And you can see from the sticker sheet, I've really only got this sticker left here and the other section of blessings. And I've left these two tab ones off, and you could definitely add those into certain areas if you wanted to. And with the paper that I have left over, really there are only some strips which you could definitely make into cards for birthdays or new babies, or if you send Easter cards you could use that as well with some of the stamp sets. So that's all I have for the scrapbook layout share. I will have a link below that you can click on if you would like to purchase the guide. If you are one of my VIPs, all you have to do is place an order in either March or April and you will get this guide for free. If you do an online order and you're not a VIP, you'll get the guide for free as long as you have purchased the paper pack and the dots and your order totals up to $100. But if you just want to purchase the guide, you can do that with the link below. So let me bring in the catalogue and do a little bit of a show and tell on what I think are the must-haves. I'll just take this away for now. I love that the cover has a photo of my dear friend Jama and her hubby on the front of this with this gorgeous layout here, and you can see that this collection's all about travel. But firstly, there's a cut above layout that you can do where everything is cut for you. Some of it is printed directly onto the page, so you don't have to stick all of these little strips down, it's already there. And there are die cuts and stickers that go with this as well, which make these a really easy layout to put together. And if you want to put your own spin on it, you can definitely do that as well. I've already shown you the Honey Bunny papers. I love the digital collection that we have, and these two stamp sets could definitely be used if you wanted to do additional images onto the scrapbook layouts that I've designed. This floral image here would make a great substitute for the stamping that I've done along here if you don't have the February stamp of the month. And of course the little bunnies you could incorporate on these pages as well. There's a full scrapbook workshop kit, and the great things about these kits, and I've talked about this before, is that there are specialty papers that you can't get any other way that are contained within this kit. The card making kit has these gorgeous butterfly dies, and I always love the decorative elements that stitches, so I'm thinking about getting this one. I haven't purchased that as yet. Let's Go Anywhere. I think I've pretty much bought everything in this collection. I love the papers, and I will be using these papers soon, so I won't do a flip through of all the papers. There's a cute little passport icon, and then the other side has the hats and the suitcases and travel documents. This paper here has a dot detail with aeroplanes, and I love this one as well as the other two coordinating papers with this that are a more generic theme. The die cuts are absolutely fabulous, and I am going to bring those out to show you. They come on two 6x6 sheets. I think they're about 6 inches. Yes, they've got a black and a tan look to them, and you can see there are loads of images here. The black's not going to pick up very well on camera. Loads of aeroplanes, titles, and all sorts of things that you can incorporate onto your travel theme layouts. And then there's the digital artwork as well. So if you do cut things on your Cricut and you want more aeroplanes, you can cut them out because they're in here, as well as suitcases, more titles, and a great arrow overlay on this page design. Now there's a bit of a theme with this scrapbook collection. There are a lot of dotted line images on the stamp sets, and that coordinates beautifully with this paper here. And this is what sold me on all of these. I love these images and the whimsy with the aeroplanes at the end here. If you didn't want to use these as a travel theme, you could definitely mask off the aeroplanes here and even these words and just have the dotted outline of the heart and the swirl around it. And I think that's something I'm going to do on some projects very, very soon. There's lots of little dotted elements on this Let's Go Anywhere card making stamp, and this one has a fabulous world image on there as well as a coordinating thing cut with a heart. And I love the globe on this one, so I'm just going to bring those out so you can see that everything that is printed in the catalogue is at actual size. So you can see that heart element there, that's the actual size that you're going to get in the stamped image. And this one has two thin cuts with it. There's a little heart that coordinates with this stamped image, and of course the bigger heart. But you don't have to use them with the stamped images. You can use them as standalone pieces. So I absolutely love these ones. I did share some artwork on Instagram just recently with some cards and a teddy bear image from the February Love Notes special, and I used the Welcome to the World Little Wonder on a baby card, and I used this Happy Birthday as well. So it's quite a versatile stamp set. Apart from having a travel theme, you can make all sorts of different projects with this. And this one here, this has quite a few dies as well. If you look in the catalogue, you will see that those with the shaded images are the ones that have coordinating dies. So there are 4 dies with this for the globe, the sunglasses, the suitcase, and the passport. And the passport is a fairly generic shape that you could use as little tabs coming out of the side of tag elements or photos as well. It doesn't have to be used stamped as a passport. You can use this for anything else. And you can see here, once again, what you see in the catalogue is exactly the same size as what the stamp image is going to be. So let's move on. There's another scrapbooking kit, just like I explained before with the Honey Bunny one. And there's a card making kit as well. And you can see the stamp sets here have got the arrow details and also little swirl dot images and coordinating thin cuts, and these elements here layer up to make compasses. So this fits really well with the travel theme, but I can also see these two images being combined to use as a Christmas ornament. So I'll just get this out so you can see. You could definitely combine this compass die onto the compass base and make that into a Christmas bauble. So that's the reason why I got this set. It's not just about travel, and it's not just about this stamped image here. I love this stamped image. It's about what else I can use the die cuts for. So now we're going to go on to the mix-in, and as always, these are my first things in my cart regardless, even before I've seen what the patterns are. I always love the mix-ins. Let's move on to the stamped images. I'm just going to do a quick flip through of this so that you can see them. There are fabulous scrapbooking stamp sets that fit the theme of spring but can also be used on cards, and also some very cute images here that fit in with the spring theme. This bunny set I just had to have. I love the bunnies on this, and the card that they've made here, they've doubled it up and it's just gorgeous on a slimline card, so I can't wait to use that. I have purchased both of these sets as well. This one here has an Easter theme, but could be used for Mother's Day cards and any floral type cards. You don't have to look at these as just being decorative for Easter. This could go on a card with a banner behind it, and it would make a great floral birthday card as well. But the bonus of this is that you get an oval thin cut with it. And I just couldn't go past the cuteness of this one, mainly for the little flower pot row here and also the bird houses. So this one only just arrived this week, so I can't wait to use that as well. But I haven't got to my must-have elements yet. They're coming. A very cute stamp set with snails and another floral element here. This floral design here, you could actually stamp that onto the scrapbook pages that I've made with Honey Bunny, because all you would see would be this top section if you stamped it coming down here. Nobody would see the vase underneath here. So you can definitely use whatever floral stamp set you have on hand or floral sets from this catalogue that I'm showing you. Lovely artwork with these hands. And now we're getting to my must-haves. I know I talk about this all the time, but I always look at stamp sets that can be used on scrapbooking layouts, and I used this one, just one of them. I used the Love This on another video that I shared just this week, and I'll put a link to that at the end of this video. All of these words can be used on a variety of scrapbook themes, and they coordinate with this die set here. So the decorative shapes and thin cuts, it's not currently available, but it is coming in stock very soon in March, so keep an eye out for that one, because for me this is a must-have, especially with the little stitched elements on them, and it coordinates beautifully with this. Most of these fit into at least 2 of these shapes. So these for me are must-haves. Mind you, all the travel things for me were must-haves as well because I'm going on a trip soon. So I just had to get those. This is something new. They're 4x4-inch embossing folders with coordinating stencils. So there's a dot one and there's a bitty flower one. And they've been used in the sample artwork here on this umbrella image. So you can see how that works with the white core cardstock that Close to My Heart have. So I can't wait to play with those. I'm going to be doing some samples of what you can do with these very, very soon. A great fishing set, and I love the artwork in this graduation within the gown. There's another colour added to the word strips, so sage has been added, and all of these stamp sets fit onto these. And these are quite a good weight of paperboard that will go easily onto your layouts. I have another must-have item, and this is it here. So this is another one that is coming sometime in March, so keep an eye out for it. I did talk about it last month. What happens with this, it's a very clever die cut. So for me, this is a must-have because you get a twofer from each cut. You get the inside letter, so you get the solid letter, and you get the outline letter in the same cut. And it also has coordinating numbers as well. And there's a 4x4-inch embossing folder, so you can put your letters into here and create an embossed look on these die cuts. So these I know I'm going to be using over and over again. So now I'm getting to the end of the catalogue. These are the two stamp of the months. This one is only available in March with these cute chickens and Easter theme, and the little hedgehogs are available in April. So how the stamp of the months work is if you are a VIP and you place an $80 order, you can add the stamp set to your cart for free. So you just need to scroll down when you're in your cart to see if you've qualified to get this stamp set for free. But there is an option, you can see there's shading on some of these images. There is an option to add the thin cuts. If you're not a VIP, you can still add these to your cart and you can get the stamp set for $9 if you spend $80 in Australia. So that's it for my flip through of the catalogue from Close to My Heart. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what I've created with my scrapbook guide for the Honey Bunny papers. I can't wait to start working with the Let's Go Anywhere papers and design another scrapbook guide for that with the paper packet sticker sheets and with the die cuts I'll be using for that. So stay tuned for that one. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in and your ongoing support over the years that I have been with Close to My Heart. It's been very sad news that they are discontinuing their business, but I am going to keep on paper crafting and sharing techniques and layouts with you because I really do love celebrating memories, getting photos onto layouts. I know I don't share a lot of my photos online here when they're to do with my family, but I do put photos onto my layouts and I do journaling. And if you're new to my channel and you're looking at these and wondering where the journaling goes, sometimes I use one of the photo holder placements as a place to put my journaling, or I might add some journaling along the bottom edges of photos, or I might even add some strip journaling with some white cardstock that I just write on that in strips and adhere it to my layouts. So there's always places to put your journaling onto your pages because it's important to tell the stories. And that's why I'm going to keep sharing what I do with you with paper crafting because memory keeping is so important. And I just love playing with paper and scissors and all the pretty things. Thank you so much for watching. As always, happy crafting and bye for now.